Now, there are a lot of people on the internet who would have you believe that in order to make any progress in life or to become successful, you need to hate your life. You need to just grind 24/7 with no time for any enjoyment or, God forbid, fun. And, well, the good news for you is that that is bullshit. You're going to achieve your goals. You're gonna need to enjoy the process. Otherwise, the chances of you sticking with it long enough to see success are, well, they're non-existent. You know, success doesn't make you happy, and it's like, well, no, it really won't if you're just have success in that one thing. Living a successful life and having success in lots of things that you do, of course that's gonna make you happy, you know? Not only is it possible to achieve your goals while enjoying life, it's necessary. If you're working every day on something and it's not bringing you any happiness or fulfillment, even when you achieve success in it, and you just hate the process, and you're just chasing the result of the thing, maybe it's just something to think about. You know, for me personally, I enjoy my life a lot more now that I'm working on things that are important to me than when I kind of just lived a very hedonistic existence, just trying to kind of find pleasure and enjoyment without any real depth or meaning. So don't go too far in the other direction. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to enjoy your life more and achieve more success at the same time. So I want to tell you the story of a day. It was the 15th of April, very normal Monday. This was a couple of months ago when I was in a period of really being focused on self-development and routines and good habits and all of that. So I'd woken up that day and I'd done my morning routine. You know, I'd meditated, I'd journaled, I'd read a couple of pages of the book I was reading at the time, and I'd had a healthy breakfast, you know, high calories, high protein. I didn't really check my phone the whole morning, you know, it was great. It was a great productive morning. School was great that day. Like, I was socializing a lot. I felt like a social butterfly. I was just connecting with people. You know, it was a good day socially. I talked to a group of people who, you know, I didn't hang out with that much, and I made some new friends, and I was reading a lot in class. I'd finished a bunch of my schoolwork early. I was just reading and talking to people, right? It was great. It was great. Then I still remember this gym session, massive workout with like 4 of my friends. It was a big chest day. So we went in and enjoyed it, just grinning the whole time, just biggest smiles on our faces. Just like, I hit a really good rep PR on incline dumbbell press. Like, it was just a great workout. It was just high energy, like everyone was in a good mood. I walked home with the sun on my face, listening to some of my favorite music, and I was just it was just a good vibe. I was in a good mood. I got home, made a smoothie. It was great smoothie, above average. You know, every time you make a smoothie, it's a little bit different. This was like a really good one, I remember. And then I sat down at my desk for, you know, an hour and a half and just worked. I did a little bit of scripting. I think I ended up scripting like a full video, which is weird because that usually takes me like 2-3 hours, but I ended up scripting a full video and just did a little bit of editing, polishing. I had dinner with my family and went to bed, but that's not crazy, right? Nothing amazing happened. It wasn't super out of the ordinary good, but it was a day that I did everything I needed to do. And I checked off all those boxes, and I completed everything I needed to complete, but it was just such a good day, and I just felt great. And if I could wake up every day and feel like that and perform like that, I would be a very happy man, you know? I told you about that day because that's an example of still working hard and still smashing your goals, but enjoying your life. You need to find the small things in your day that just bring you that extra joy, that just make you that little bit more happy, you know? Because without those things, you're either in the not getting anything done bucket or the hustle culture, grind, be miserable bucket. So you don't want to be in these two buckets. There's this beautiful middle ground where progress is made, right? But you also have a smile on your face. Okay, so there's 3 things that really allow you to be in this middle bucket. First one is mindset and self-image. Mindset is what makes all the difference here, right? So you want to change the way you view hard tasks. And you also want to change the way you view bad habits. Bad habits are self-harm. Eating junk food is literally self-harm. Watching porn or scrolling on social media for ages, or, you know, wasting much time. These are all things that, like, you're doing to yourself that are harming you. The jacket's coming off. I'm getting serious now. I've been sick for like 2 weeks. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like all my clothes like hanging off me. I just lost that little bit of weight. I don't know. I'll build it back, but you gotta change hard tasks from like, oh, this is this difficult thing that I don't want to do, to like, this is the lever I need to pull to make my goals happen and to make the future that I want become a reality. And you need to start to view the bad habits as like, each time you do one of these things, you're holding yourself back. You're willingly hurting yourself and your own progress. Right? A lot of bad habits are self-harm. If you really think about it, like, you really want to like twist the knife of the pain associated with the bad habits and like hype up the rewards of the good habits to yourself in your own mind, right? You also want to reframe things. So if you're struggling with just doing the bad habits too much, think about each individual thing and like be very specific about like the consequence of it. So instead of video games just being like, oh yeah, I shouldn't be doing this, it's like, I'm choosing to spend this 2 hours or 4 hours doing this instead of working on this task. Like, bringing to your mind the exact task that you would be doing if you weren't playing video games. And that'll hurt, right? You're like, shit, I can see exactly what I could have gotten done that I didn't do. Eating junk food is like, you can reframe that to think about it as like poisoning yourself, right? Because it is, you are poisoning yourself when you're eating all this fucking crap. I mean, really, it's just about giving yourself a reason to do good things and avoid bad things. It's like you need that why, right? If it helps, you can gamify your life a bit, you know, see everything as a skill you need to level up, as if it was like a video game, right? Everything is an opportunity to level up in a certain skill. Now, self-image is huge. You need to become the productive person who loves hard work, the athlete who loves the gym, the disciplined person who is committed to their goals, right? You need to think of yourself that way and implant those thoughts manually. Implant that new identity. Also realize that you're competing with your own brain, you know. There's your current self and your ideal self. Your current self is gonna fight tooth and nail to stay as it is, because if you stop doing the things that your current self does, then you're effectively killing your current self. And like everything else in the universe, like, as an instinct for survival, so it's gonna hold you back. Just work to become closer to that ideal self. The second part is momentum. Now there's macro and there's micro momentum. So micro momentum might be like making your bed in the morning. You know, it's a task that you've ticked off for the day, which makes the next task a little bit easier, and then the next task a little bit easier, and it also just starts like a string of tasks and of good habits. So that's like micro momentum. That's important. But macro momentum is like, say you walk out of the gym one day after a really good workout and you're feeling really good, and so your mindset about the gym is really good, but then you decide to skip the next day, you skip your next workout, then that good, like, I felt good after that, I liked the gym, you'll start to kind of like forget about that good feeling, and that like lazy thought of like, oh, the gym is hard, starts to take over again. Building macro momentum is about like being consistent over weeks, right? Because then you're really building momentum, because you're setting up these good patterns of like proving to yourself that you are this person, that you do enjoy these things. You also want to keep that micro momentum going just back to back to back, right? Bang, task, bang, task, bang. Get home, make smoothie, sit down, work, read 10 pages, blah, 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 like back to back to back. Keep things rolling, because me personally, I mean, I have ADHD, so maybe it's something to do with that, but if I like stop even for like 5 minutes, like 2 minutes, whatever, just and sit down on my bed and check my phone, it's over, bro. Like for the next, until I can get my head back into gear, you know, if I can, it's over. I'm fucked, right? So I need to make sure I always keep moving and just keep going. Don't give your brain a second to like bullshit you and like think about it. Like you don't want to give your brain too long to, you really don't want to give your brain too long to think and like make excuses. You don't want to give it a little window to start talking to you and talk you out of something. Also, if you're in that mood, like that get shit done mood, if you sit down and check Instagram, or you know, you get distracted and start watching YouTube randomly when you should be like doing some sort of work task, it just kills that momentum and kills that a good get shit done mood, and then well, you're back to feeling unmotivated and you're kind of back to square one. Yeah, you want to avoid any chance to set up that instant reward dopamine pattern, because you know, if you've wired your brain all day from that back to back to back like go mode of like actually, and your brain's actually starting to enjoy the kind of delayed gratification and like the dopamine it gets from doing productive things, but then you give it that easy hit, you give it that easy little, oh shit, and you remind it, oh wait, I can just do this and feel the fucking same. Obviously you don't feel the same. Don't let that instant reward pattern kick back in. Prove to yourself over and over again that these things are fun and rewarding and you love them, through that feeling. Like if you stand up from your desk after working for an hour and a half and you feel really good about yourself, try to like latch onto that feeling and remember it, and like use that as evidence next time you don't want to. You want to start creating small wins from the very start of your day as well. So making your bed is a perfect example of that. Having a morning routine is really good for that. Get that momentum going from the very start of the day is great. So yeah, create small wins from the moment you wake up and don't break that streak of wins, right? Just keep stacking them. Stacking wins is like, that's how you become successful, just on a big scale. When you wake up, your mind is a blank slate, right? Don't set yourself up for a bad day by out the gate checking your phone, or like just doing something dumb that's gonna just not allow you to build momentum. It's just gonna kill it from the moment you start. And step 3 is having, you know, passion and having whys. You gotta like inspire yourself with your vision for the future. Give yourself a reason to get up with a fire under your ass every day. You gotta keep that vision in your head, you know, always. Most people have goals, I'm probably guilty of this, but they don't really at their core have like strong enough whys. Say you have your goals on your wall or whatever in a notebook or on your computer, you have your goals written down. It can be helpful, I've done this a couple of times, to under it, so get a notebook, write down your goal, why? Write down the reason, why? Write down the answer, why? Like just ask yourself why like 5 times down, and like work down to the bottom of why you want that thing. And sometimes you realize that you don't want that thing really, and it's a bullshit goal, and it's a goal you've set because somebody else wanted that for you, whether it's fucking Andrew Tate saying you should get rich, or like your teachers saying you should get good grades, or like whatever your goals might be. There could be just someone in your fucking ear just telling you what to think. And until you try to discover why, like the deeper reason, and you realize that there might not be one, you won't know that. So that's how to smash your goals while still enjoying your life. But, you know, I think a big major point that I've kind of missed, and it's not in the script, so we're going unscripted now, but you are living in the good old days now. Really, you're never going to regret getting out into the world and experiencing things. That's almost my biggest goal of all, is go experience life and go live and just see the fucking world. And I don't even mean by like traveling, like see the world that way. I just mean like, you got to enjoy the very small things, you know? When you're walking home from school and you're usually just like in your head about something that happened, or you're just kind of like brain dead, just thinking about what you're gonna eat when you get home, and you're not enjoying the sun on your face, and you're not enjoying looking at the trees you're walking past, and just kind of watching the world go by a bit. That's the stuff, you know, just getting out with your friends and just doing things. Like, you just gotta, this is kind of incoherent rambling, but just go fucking live. Spend your time at home working on your little fucking drop shipping, whatever it is, bro. I mean, I feel like just sitting at home working on a drop shipping store is kind of cringe, but sure, when you're just like at home, have a morning routine. Spend blocks of time working on your goals and working on something important. Spend time at the gym, right? Sure. That's what I've been preaching this entire video, but also make time to just go out and have adventures and go do fucking cool, dumb shit and get in a bit of trouble, and, you know, you just go live your life, really. And that's what adds the spice, you know? Go earn some stories. I've always wanted to be a good storyteller, but I've never like had things to tell stories about, and I realized I have to like earn that. I have to like go out and kind of take some risks and do some things that will give me stories. Yeah, it's that, and also the people you do that stuff with. That's what adds like the love, and like that's what adds like the excitement, and just that little something extra sprinkled on the top. So that's all I got for you today. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Fuck me, I'm gonna have to go edit again. I hate it. It's the worst part of making these videos. Fuck. Anyway, bye. Laters.